Bowels of Netflix, where your fearless co-hosts Isaac and Larry force each other to watch the worst pieces of shit on Netflix. We will go over every bad edit, all the broken dialogue, all the wooden acting, and laugh along the way, because this is the Bowels of Netflix! Right, and welcome to the Bowels of Netflix. I'm Isaac, and with me, as always, is my fearless co-host, Larry. How are you doing this week, Larry?
I just don't understand influencers. I don't get it. I don't understand it, Isaac. I don't. What is it? Explain it to me. You're young and hip.
They shake their Ghibli bits around, and either the boys want to touch the Ghibli bits, or the girls wish they had similar Ghibli bits, and then they do affiliate marketing and make a whole bunch of money.
Is that really it? Is it all about the Ghibli bits? I feel like I'm using you as my only sample size is not wise. But you're the only one here right now.
Well, anytime there's any kind of youthful celebrity, sex appeal is a huge part of it. And social media, that's also a factor too. I'm sure there's some influencers who are less... Like, there's this, super chubby guy I follow on TikTok, and he's really funny, and I just adore his face. But he's 400-some pounds, so I don't know if he's got a whole lot of sex appeal.
I'm not even coming out, in this particular rant, I'm not even coming out against anybody or what people like or the people doing this. I just don't understand. I'm trying to actually understand. I'm looking at a picture of the female lead of this movie who's in what appears to be a jacket that's just made out of bubble wrap that's painted red with a seatbelt down the middle, and I can't figure out what's happening here.
Now, Larry, which fruit has the most sex appeal?
I think the real answer would be either a strawberry or a banana. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say the pomegranate, because I've never had one. It's the forbidden fruit.
I thought you were going to call me out for the pun of a banana having the most sex appeal, and then I was going to be like, no, you jackass, it's a pear, because it's got a fat donk. And just screwed the whole thing up.
I'm sorry that I didn't feed into your weird obsession with dad jokes. Are you coming out as telling us your wife is pregnant? Is that what's happening? Are you preparing to be a father?
I am resisting a lot of jokes that I shouldn't say. Because, yeah.
God almighty.
She's not pregnant.
That's good.
But I'm just old. I'm old.
We are getting old. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this to ourselves? I think this is the third influencer movie we've had. At least the second. You had Smosh. I think there was another one in there somewhere.
Oh...
specifically influencer based.
There's a lot of teenage stuff. I mean, just old men watching teenage movies is a good recipe for this show. And speaking of this show, we are the Bowels of Netflix. We're your favorite podcast. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, do the social media stuff. You could always send us an email, bowelsofnetflix@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. I actually just checked. And just regular stuff from the FBI. We're on lists, warnings, watches, that kind of thing. Hit rate, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, hide your grandmother's medication, do all the normal things you do with the podcast you love.
You've gotten so routine with that you don't even say hide your grandma's medication so she listens. Just hide her medication because Isaac just
it's fun.
Isaac just hates old women apparently.
No, I don't. I just again, a lot of jokes I shouldn't make.
God's sake.
Oh boy. So we make each other watch terrible movies. That's our whole shtick. If this is your first time around, I made Larry watch a little film called Dances with Wolves, was it?
I don't know if that would be better or worse than this. I've never seen it. I only know it by reputation.
3 hours and 30 minutes
Jesus
long.
Christ, are you serious?
Yeah.
I think my mom had that on VHS. And
it's supposed to be a masterpiece.
I only remember it being one VHS, but I know Titanic was 2.
They probably edited it down, but because I looked at the version because that's on Netflix now, and I thought about giving it to you just to torture
long.
you.
That would be we could do a
split it.
Yeah, Last Days of American Crime. That name of that fucking movie is horse shit. It's long and I can never remember it.
Oh, well, this week you're going to have probably an even longer title of a movie, which I'm very excited about.
Oh my God, it's not, we've already did Juice in the Hood, so.
Okay, it's not that, there's no other movie longer than that.
I'm looking at my my Audacity file, and I don't know why, but for some reason they named it Airplane Mode. Isaac, eat my dick. I'm not even that mad. It's just for some. I don't know why, but the only thing worse than teenagers is influencer teenagers. Now I'm gonna go hard. I wasn't before, but now I'm gonna go hard. So, Airplane Mode. I think we incorrectly reported that this was related to the Logan Paul movie. Totally unrelated.
It came out like within a year of each other with the same title, right?
Yeah. And that movie was hated. I'm sure. Logan Paul, he's an influencer, for those of you unaware. He just fought, Mayweather, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just fought Mayweather. I don't know what happened with that, because I cannot care about Logan Paul. But
there was no winner or loser. It was a dumb exhibition match. Anyone who knows anything about boxing says Mayweather's obviously a better fighter and fought better.
Yeah,
it's nothing.
What do you want to live
People
and say?
Who spent money on it are idiots.
I think boxing's a little bit rigged.
Yeah, just a little.
But he filmed himself finding a body in the Japanese suicide forest, and it was a big deal. And that was related to that Airplane Mode movie, and that's why it got the attention it did. Because, like, when you look up Airplane Mode movie, it's all that. Because, A, it's Logan Paul, who people watch for some insane reason. And B, there was, like, a bunch of drama around it that tanked it, even though I'm sure it's a garbage fire of a movie.
Quality feature.
But anyway, yeah, this is, as we mentioned on previous episodes, this is a Brazilian film. And actually, before we go too deep into it, Variety reported that this was Netflix's most popular non-English film. I think there was like a lot of pride, because this is one of their I believe this was their first. Yes, this is their first totally made movie in Brazil. Like the whole thing was done in Brazil. So I think there might have been some interest, sort of like, not landmark in a sense, because it's not a very good movie, believe it or not. Bells of Netflix rarely covers good movies, except for The Last Dragon. But yeah,
there's a certain hometown pride for sure. I remember when M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong was cruising through Reading filming shit for the Avatar movie. Yeah. We were all, like, everyone in Reading was super excited, like, oh shit, there's a big movie film in here.
I remember when they had, like, all the movie lights around the pagoda in Reading. I remember, like, driving by, and it was kind of interesting, like, oh, they're shooting a movie up there, and you could see it from here. It's kind of cool. Go back and listen to our Avatar, The Last Airbender, the movie review for that particular mess. Shyamalan Ding Dong. There is so many opportunities for his movies on here, but it seems like it's just the lowest hanging fruit.
Yeah. Are there more of his on here now?
I don't know. I feel like if they're not currently, some will definitely rotate in, because he's got a lot, and the majority of them are stinkers. If you've never seen Devil, since we started this show, Devil's been in the back of my head to make you watch. Because that movie, oh my god, it's so stupid.
I have no idea about it.
Oh, perfect. That's good, because it'll be good for you then. Because I know the twist, so for me, there's nothing there. There's no reason to watch it, but yeah. Anyway, wow, boy. You can tell how excited I am to talk about Airplane Mode, because so far we've talked about Logan Paul and M. Night Shyamalan.
Your two favorite people. I see the posters behind you on the wall.
No, that's actually their heads. They've murdered them, and that's why the FBI is emailing, by the way. We should talk about that off the air. So on Rotten Tomatoes, no tomato meter. This is relatively new, and, I mean, it's nothing. This movie's nothing. And the audience score is 56%. So that's still a negative in their eyes, even though it's above 50, but it's still the knocked over popcorn box, for those of you familiar with Rotten Tomatoes. IMDb has it a 5 out of 10, exactly 5. So, totally, completely down the middle. Definitely a little too high, but, I don't even oh man, I don't want to do this. Now, these are all, like I said, it's all, Brazilian actors and actresses. I believe it was filmed in Brazil. I believe they pulled from that pool. The main star I will bring up, her name is Larissa Manoela. I'm probably saying the last name wrong. Manoela. And apparently, I didn't know this until today, actually, because I had not really looked into I saw a link off of the Rotten Tomatoes thing that pointed this out. She is actually a real life influencer. So Isaac accidentally smoshed the movie to me a little bit by giving me the vehicle of an influencer to have an influencer-based movie. In that way, it's kind of similar to the Logan Paul airplane mode, because that's an influencer vehicle for influencer in a plane full of other influencers. And thank the fucking Lord that's not on Netflix, because I might have to, for real, have a conversation with a psychiatrist about what I'm doing here.
I looked for it, because once I realized both of these existed, I wanted you to watch the Logan
Paul
that
one, it's decidedly worse than this, which is just nothing.
Hopefully one day we'll get it.
This is nothing I have.
Say we, I mean you.
Yeah, I gotta add that to my list of things to make Isaac watch. But these fucking influencer movies have to be separated out there, because it's just so, these people are not actors. Like, just because it says, I can get a business card that says anything, but that doesn't make me the thing. If I get a business card that says metal worker, I've never held a welding torch in my life, so it's not like I'm actually a metal worker. I don't understand.
You've screwed a screw. Screws are metal.
Thank you, Isaac Early, king of the kindergarten playground argument. Okay, so yeah, let's get into this. We open on a teenager, ? I'm not sure her age, it's never really said, and that's kind of it's a little bit of confusion in the movie. I'm sorry, I did forget my one point. So yeah, the lead actress, Larissa Manola, she has 38.5 million followers on Instagram. So she's a big deal in that world, I think. I don't know how many followers influencers have, and I could have researched that, but I also need to sleep this week without crying, so I decided to accept that was a lot of people.
I'm sure she makes her full-time living, and a very handsome living with that many followers.
Yeah, which I don't understand how that works exactly, but hey, whatever.
Affiliate marketing. Those are 2 words.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that too. We open on a teenager girl's room as we see a generic teen get out of bed. She immediately starts getting notifications for various apps and whatnot on screen. It's done Sherlock style. We've talked about that in the past where, oh God, excuse me, I'm already starting to throw up. I ate a turkey sandwich before I started this and it is not agreeing with me.
That was a bad idea.
Yep. So, like, the notifications, even though the characters are looking at their phone, we see them on screen, like, floating around their head. So it's not like we're looking at a phone screen, like Kevin James, Mall Cop style, whatever the fuck, Paul Blart, Fart Blart, Heart Mart, whatever the hell that meme was. So thankfully, because believe it or not, we're gonna get a lot of phone-based comedy in this movie called Airplane Mode. So there's a lot of that, and thankfully... Go ahead.
If you're in airplane mode, you don't get any texts or calls, Larry.
Oh, Isaac. Oh, my God. You have no idea. Oh, and another thing. Again, in my eternal quest to not actually talk about this movie, because I don't want to, if you listen to last week's episode... If you have not listened to last week's episode, Riptide, I've never said this before in a Battles episode. I want to say it is essential listening to listen to this movie, because they're the same goddamn movie.
Yeah, and I actually just want to bring up, too, I didn't mention it in my episode, but they did the Sherlock texts, too.
Of course.
In Riptide.
Well, I think that's just a smart way to do it now. And I'm sure Sherlock didn't invent that, but you and I, that's just our touchstone, because we're old white men, and that's all we know.
They were early in the
Yeah, I guess that's pretty old now. I don't understand how time
2010, the first series came out.
Wow, Jesus.
Smartphones were still pretty new.
Yeah, maybe they did invent it. Well, or popularize it, but regardless, yeah. Riptide, pause this episode right here, go listen to Riptide, because you're going to see a lot of parallels. Because somehow Isaac and I have the same brain and chose the same movie for one another without having any fucking idea we did it. So yeah, like at least these text effects don't look too schmaltzy. They look pretty well done. It's professional, so fine. The Instagram equivalent in this movie is called Photogram, which if you ask me, seems like a better name. But then again, I'm actually an Austria-Hungarian soldier from World War I in the body of a millennial, so I'm not exactly on the pulse of our nation or its youth. So our influencer is looking at her comments and likes and all that while she almost walks in on her dad pissing and throws a little fit. So I know we mentioned it when I was issued this Herculean task, but as mentioned, this was originally a Brazilian language film, which was dubbed over to English. And as you may recall from other such movies like this, such as Girls with Balls, I hate sloppy lip flaps. And I don't mean Isaac's sloppy lip flaps. And, I don't like it. It's nobody's fault because, it's not an English language movie. And this is only something that will affect me. But just something about, like, when the mouth doesn't match with the words, there's, like, some part of my brain that can't stop thinking the whole time, like, wait, that didn't match what the mouth movements did. And it's I don't understand.
Okay, Larry, I got a question for you. You get 10 billion untaxed dollars to do with you want, no questions asked.
Whatever you're about to say, I'll do it.
Your entire life, you see lip flaps until you die.
Isaac,
no one's lips line up.
If I had $10 billion, do you know how many people I would see in a week? Let me answer that for you. It's probably 2. One of them would be my driver, and he would be ordered not to speak. So, yeah, I'm sold.
And he's driving you to the glory hole and turkey sandwich warehouse.
You've really narrowed my personality down to the 2 things I care about: blowjobs and turkey sandwiches. There's like maybe 3 more things. Torturing you was still on the list, so
Yeah.
And also I know we mentioned this. It was more of a thing in Girls with Balls because of the which is another episode of mine, by the way, if you haven't heard that one. With the captioning being different from the what's actually dubbed. It was more of a thing there because there was like a lot more cursing in one direction or the other, and occasionally both directions. And this one is just like the subtitles don't match up with what's actually dubbed. But again, I think that's just like the subtitles are the direct translation, and then the dub is just Netflix Americaned it up. So
right, and there's also a measure of getting the lip flaps to match as close as possible. Which sometimes you have to.
I don't know if they did.
No,
I don't know. I didn't. I tried to look at it.
Any kind of translating is hard.
Yeah, and it's not. I don't think that it's bad. I think it's just. It just bothers me on a personal and not bothers me in a way like I think it's stupid. It's just like there's some part of my brain that's underdeveloped and is like mouth movie no match word sound. Why mouth movie no match word sound? Me mad about. So,
your reptilian brain.
It's in there, and it's mad about a lot of stuff. So we see a bunch of posts and videos about our hero as she details her followers on her journey to become an influencer. This may not shock you. Influencers do not interest me in any way.
Get out of here.
For those of you who aren't aware, we thrown that word around a lot so far, but for those of you who aren't aware, Isaac, you summarized it pretty clearly before we started. What is an influencer exactly?
They shake their giblets and get everyone to like them and then sell people stuff.
We did talk about that in the episode. We also talked about that off. I think we've used giblets a lot. Could you find, if I gave you the corpse of a chicken, could you identify the giblets?
I know kidneys, there's 2 of them. The liver's the dark one. I could tell what a heart was.
There's still 2? Wow. I thought they changed it. So yeah, anyway, influencers, they're just people who are famous for just being on Instagram generally, or Snapchat or anything like that. I don't know. I don't understand it. I get it a little bit, but I just don't care. I don't care about that. So yeah, she is an influencer on this world's version of Instagram. I thought it would be funny to call her Riptide since Isaac and I accidentally gave each other the exact same movie. But I have a feeling we're going to be talking about Riptide a lot in this review, so I'll just stick with her real name, which is Anna, the turkey. The turkey!
It's coming back. You should have killed it before you put it in the sandwich.
Oh, it's still gobbling all its way down to hell, which is my ass in this metaphor. So yeah, we're going to call her by her real name, which is Anna, because that's nice and easy. Anna gets out of bed and prepares for her morning by showering and doing her hair and putting on makeup. All the while, she gives a short recap of her professional rise to this point. Apparently, she got signed to a brand called True Fashion, which it's a stable of influencers, I think. It's like a bunch of influencers got together and then made a fashion company, but it's kind of more about the people in the fashion company than the clothes they produce. I'm really not sure. It's never made clear to me.
I think there is some level of that where influencers band together and if you piss off the wrong people, you'll get shunned out of whatever community or conglomerate, however it works. I'm sure there's more than one, but it's I think it's kind of similar to Hollywood. Like, there's multiple production companies and stuff,
Yeah.
but like, if you get blacklisted from Hollywood, your acting career ain't gonna do so good anymore if you piss off the wrong people.
Right, I know, like, I watch YouTubers do stuff. I know YouTubers tend to, like, band together and that sort of thing. I'm not really, like, I have an Instagram that I barely use and don't look at. I don't use TikTok, and I only use Snapchat to see people I know. So I'm basically the perfect person to be turned into like a Trumper by Facebook, honestly. But I'm just, I have the same sort of social media presence that like a man in his 50s who doesn't do anything all day except waiting for hunting season to open. Boy, I'm in a terrible mood. Jesus, I am really lashing out at people today. So this is a world beyond my understanding. Whatever insert the opening to the Twilight Zone here. That's where I'm at. So yeah, it's a stable of influencers. They take them out the stable. They slap saddles on them and run through their paces. She also has, and I'm not kidding here, a corporate boyfriend, which it's not what it's not what the movie calls it, but that's what it is. Because she has this True Fashion, which is the name of the brand, coworker that she is professionally dating just for Instagram points or whatever their fake currency is called. Points, likes, scrabbles. Shout out Funhouse.
I'm sure that happens.
Yeah, I mean, I'm positive it happens.
It's so gross. Your whole life is just manufactured.
Boy, Isaac, it's almost like that's the plot of the entire movie.
Is she going to grow
6 inches? Yes. It's quite weird. Her growing in this movie is just physically, like, she just gets taller, and everyone's like, "Oh, I respect you now. You're tall."
It's all in her shins too. That's the weird part.
Yeah, she becomes a shin girl. Don't Google that.
Oh man, shin porn. What would that even be?
Oh, it's just shins and cum, Isaac. It's shins and cum.
Yeah, I guess just coming on shins.
Folks, if you listen to the show, my eternal question, why? Please email in and tell me why. What circumstances have led you to this?
They might be held hostage, and this is used as like a torture device.
I'm kind of okay with that, but I feel like in that case we should be getting some kind of residuals.
Probably most of our listens are in Guantanamo Bay with alleged terrorists who are innocent.
Oh, man.
Well, geez. Hi, Akbar. We believe you're innocent.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Oh, man. I'm in a wretched mood. So anyway, Anna gets all primped up with all her makeup and shit and goes back to bed so she can record herself waking up all dolled up like she went to bed like this, which that's like a Kesha song or something, I think. Her mom comes in and gets a dirty look for her trouble. We see at the breakfast table, everyone is looking at phones while they exchange small talk. Mom is fairly disapproving of the whole relationship because it's clearly based on nothing. Dad says that her dreams were more interesting and original back when she wanted to be a designer. Dad then looks directly into the camera and says, "This is the part where I'm outlining that Anna has fallen away from her dreams and has to reconnect with her real self to refocus her lost passions and once again return to the path of righteousness." So, yeah, I don't know why that got so religious, but yeah, it's so fucking obvious. It's just like a sledgehammer to the brain of, it's so boring. It's so boring. Why do you give me stuff that's boring? I want it to be worse. I want to hate. I don't want to be bored. I want to hate, Isaac. Jesus.
I don't think you'll be bored at your next movie.
Great.
I hope you hate it, but it won't be boring.
I hate everything. They jabber on and Anna blows off her parents entirely, making sure to get a picture of breakfast for the gram, even though she doesn't actually eat it. She is continuously getting angry texts from Fausto, who better be the fucking villain of this movie, so help me God. If you have a character named Fausto, he better be the literal devil by the end of this movie. Apparently she is very late for influencing, I guess. Dad warns her to be careful on the road and not to futz with her phone on the way. We see her car is covered in scratches and scrapes, and we see her driving like a lunatic. She gets a call from her boss, a woman named Corolla. I'm going to call her Toyota Corolla because that's funnier, and Toyota is easier for me to spell.
How couldn't you?
The 2021 Toyota Corolla, built Ford tough. We do see on the video call that Toyota is giving her hell for being late, despite the fact that Toyota herself is also in a car, therefore also late. So not sure what that's about, but I guess the boss can be late for anything. Predictably, Anna is looking at her phone and rams into a Jeep, killing a family of 4, including their small kitten. No, it's just a fender bender with a pickup. She gets out and poses for a sad selfie with like sad duck face with her dented car, like a sociopath.
Oh my God. Jesus, seriously.
We cut to True Fashion and we see Fausto, who is apparently the assistant to Toyota. The fashion company / influencer stable is gigantic and has a big banner with Anna out front. Toyota comes in and talks about Anna to Fausto and corporate boyfriend. Fausto says there was a car accident, hundreds are dead, and Anna got 1,000 likes in 1 minute. Toyota says, I hate that girl. Corporate boyfriend says, you hate her? And Fausto says, hate means love. And then they repeat that joke 3 different times. So Toyota is evil, corporate boyfriend is an idiot, and Fausto is woefully underrepresented in this entire movie. That's what you need to know about this. The corporate boyfriend being an idiot.
Hashtag more Fausto.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he's in the movie a fair bit, but I mean, he's probably the best part, which is, oh my God, that's so depressing. And half of the reason I like him is because of his name.
Is he played by Ian McKellen?
Yes. Yes, actually. Ian McKellen.
Good.
Or, Christopher Lee. Not Christoph Waltz. He's still alive. That's not funny.
Yeah.
Christopher Lee. He's dead. That's funny.
He is dead.
He's just being Weekend at Bernie's. Weekends.
Yeah, a puppet corpse.
Fuck. I can't even speak. All right. So, they do this whole fucking thing because, whatever. They praised it with a single post. Anna managed to bring back fanny packs. Pretty sure The Rock brought those back in the 90s. Okay. So, check your facts.
Larry, it's been so long since the 90s, they have to get brought back again.
Look it up. You millennial pukes. The True Fashion crew talk about the upcoming fashion show or something. I can't follow the fashion industry. Everyone at work is texting about how amazing and beautiful Anna is, like the sun shines directly out of her asshole. We see Toyota clearly has some kind of nefarious plan for Anna and corporate boyfriend, but he's too vapid and stupid to figure out what it is because they wouldn't tell him because he's so vapid and stupid. It's fucking snake eating its own tail. There's like a weird scene where Anna asks corporate boyfriend if he's mad and he like says it too aggressively and they tell him to tone it down. I'm already very irritated. The 4 of them look over the new designs for the fashion show. Mercifully, the audience is spared having to see them, but Anna mentions they're pretty standard and look like last year's designs, saying nothing looks particularly original. Toyota and Fausto poo-poo her, saying that originality is a myth, since Adam and Eve are original and nobody else. I'm not going to go down that particular minefield today. We don't need to offend Christianity on top of this.
I think Brazil's pretty Catholic. I guess that computes.
Okay. I don't think that has anything to do with anything. I think it's just a bad joke written by a bad person who should be in comedy jail. Toyota says that Anna and corporate boyfriend's love is going to be the focus of their winter collection. The winter collection that's clothes, but it's about the love of these 2 vapid morons. Okay. Because she's going to make them move in together. Anna sort of weakly protests that they're a little young to be getting married, but they corporate handwave it away and tell them they have to announce it tonight at their special 1-month anniversary dinner before Anna just leaves because I guess she's done influencing today. I don't know. I don't know how old Anna is because it seems sometimes like she's 15 and sometimes like she's 24. And she's definitely an adult because she's not in school, but and she can drive a car with disastrous effects, as we'll see. But I can't figure out what her age is supposed to be or age range is. She lives with her parents, and that's a whole.
I'm going to assume 18 just so I can feel better about the whole thing.
Thank God. Thank God, Isaac. I hear I was all worried. Anna goes to the gym to meet with her generic best friend, and of course on the way she gets into yet another accident and has to take another sad-face selfie with the dent and 2 selfies with the corpse of the man that she killed. Mom apparently casts for commercials and is disapproving of her shithead daughter playing fast and loose with the lives of innocent motorists as she pops and locks her way through a meaningless existence online and not in reality. Maybe taking some liberties here. At the gym, Anna is talking to best friend as they both ride exercise bikes and have generic talk about the boyfriend. Anna isn't super excited about the idea, but is going along with it anyway. Apparently, best friend was hired by this particular gym as an influencer, as we get told in some ham-fisted dialogue with no tact. What does that mean? Is she just hired to take, I don't understand. I don't understand social media, I think is the problem here.
If you have like someone with 100,000 followers and they only take their gym pictures at your gym and you make sure the logo's in the background, that's advertising.
I guess. Is that a job that someone's going to pay you for, though? Really? That's a legitimate question.
If you have 100,000
that's
followers.
Not an old man shaking fist question. That's a legitimate question.
If you have enough followers, definitely.
I guess. I feel it feels very weird to have a brick and mortar doing that sort of thing. But, because how many of those 100,000 followers live in Rio? There's no locations are ever pointed out where they are. So let's just say Rio, because it's the only Brazilian city I know off the top of my head. How many of those 100,000 followers are actually in Rio? I don't know. I'm splitting hairs over a character that literally does not matter, but I don't know why that line really confused me because I'm old and sad. There's a bunch of heavy-handed exposition drop here, but let me sum it up into a neat and tidy little package. Anna is unsure about the move-in thing. She actually really likes corporate boyfriend, but she understands that everything to do with their relationship up till now has just been purely for marketing purposes. But she decides to do it anyway, because I guess that's her job. She literally has no choice. Mom and Dad talk about Anna's shitty driving habits and how they got a letter from the DMV regarding her poor choices. Mom mentions that Grandpa called and wants to speak with Dad, but Dad refuses to speak to his dad. Too many dads in one sentence. Grandpa wants to invite the family to the Hot Rod Festival out in the country town Grandpa lives in, but Dad blows that off because it sounds like the most boring event in existence, and I think I'm with you there. Eventually, Anna comes in and her parents try to talk to her, but she blows them off, and they decide to just do nothing about it and just let their daughter walk all over them. Eventually, they get some courage and go to confront their shitty daughter, who apparently has crashed her car 8 times in the last month, and somehow has not been stricken from the DMV records for life. Anna says,
I don't know how insurance works in Brazil.
I don't either, but I mean,
I think we're also saying it wrong too. I think it should be Brazil.
I'm not going to do that.
Brazil.
I'm not going to do it. I don't think I actually wrote the word Brazil anywhere besides the first paragraph or Brazil. I'm not going to.
Thank you. Now I can just cut that and apply it everywhere else throughout the episode.
You're not going to do that.
No, that would take
Absolutely
work.
not going to do that. So Anna says all that matters is the posts she made about it have been successful, which psychopath. Mom says there's more to life than successful posts, and Anna says, suck it, Mom. These posts pay my bills, and I'm independent. So I don't have to answer to nobody. Now get the hell out of my room I live in for free in the house I pay nothing for. Then Mom and Dad argue because Dad is standing there thinking instead about Blues Traveler instead of his home life and decides not to talk to his daughter, so Mom smacks him upside the head. He tries to talk to her like an adult, but she blows him off and is a rude little diva. Mom says that Anna is banned from driving, and the argument turns into every generic teen argument, but then again, I think Anna is supposed to be like 24. So I'm very lost as to why this is happening.
But if she's banned from driving, I don't know. Man, why do you tell me that? Now I'm worried she's not 18.
Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure she's supposed to be an adult. At least 18 or older. I don't know. We can look at the age of the actress, because now I'm curious.
I'll feel better. Also, we just got another email from the FBI.
God,
they're listening right now.
Tell them to fucking catch me on the gram. She's 21. She's 20. She would have filmed this at 18 or 19.
Okay.
So.
You hear that, FBI? I'm good.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that. Maybe they'll listen. So, yeah, but Mom bans her from driving, I think her own car. That's never really made clear. But like, it's a parental ban, which is not, it's like saying you can't have any pudding. I don't know. The next scene, Anna pulls up at the restaurant she's meeting her boyfriend at, so I guess she just blew her parents off with the car anyway, so really it didn't matter. Except for in a minute. I don't know. I'm of two minds on it. They said she couldn't drive, but if she's an adult or an emancipated minor and owns the car, she can do what she wants with it. I don't know if she actually owns it. That would be my sticking point as a parent. If they want to punish her as parents, they should just kick her ass out because that child is a fucking menace to society. And she should have had her license taken away by the police by now. But I guess she's internet famous or whatever, so she can just do whatever she wants. And in this case, if the police have not punished her and her parents say you can't take the car and she's an adult, then that means it's meaningless. Just take the fucking car if you own the car. But again, I tear apart these little things because I sit alone in my house and just time passes like it's sand in an hourglass towards my own death.
Over analyzing the ownership of the car in airplane mode.
The thing I wrote several sentences about, more than the writers of the movie did. The parents see her Insta post and shake their fists, but that's about it. Anna shows up for the date, and we see Fausto lurking in the background. Apparently, corporate boyfriend already ate and berates her for being late. She said she said not using her phone while she drove caused her to get lost. They start their couple's live stream while Fausto films it from a distance. Blah, blah, blah. Influencers. Everybody in the restaurant knows who they are and are texting each other about it. As the stream goes on, suddenly corporate boyfriend breaks up with Anna instead. Oh no. He gives a very poorly prepared canned speech about how much she sucks and how he's nothing but a contract to fame for her. She has a freak out and tries to grab his phone while he still streams, but his shitty speech keeps going on, and we see it's written on his hand because he's really that stupid, and Fausto's all delighted and does like the evil guy fist pump. I can't even speak. This movie inspires nothing in me. I'm not even mad enough to want to talk about it.
I'm going to assume that your misspeaking was fist hump, and Fausto's just like in the corner behind like a planter, just fisting himself.
Yeah, fist.
In celebration. Right. That's how they do it in Brazil.
Not saying it. On the drive home, Anna gets a call from Toyota Corolla. The 2021 Toyota Corolla. Zoom, zoom, zoom. That's literally the only two car mottos I know, except the one that's actually for Corolla, so I'm out. Anna yells at Toyota for having corporate boyfriend break it off, as it was clearly part of her very ridiculously convoluted evil plan. Toyota mentions that now corporate boyfriend's profile is blowing up. Anna is yelling. Toyota says it's all under control. And suddenly Anna gets into a headlong collision. We get slow motion as her head suddenly goes forward from the impact, with broken glass tinkling by her like snow as piano music starts playing. We see a flashback to her father holding her in his arms. He looks down at the limitless potential in her eyes, a beautiful little bundle of joy he and his wife have brought into this world. Mom takes her, tears fresh on her cheeks as she realizes the culmination of a dream. Anna had been difficult to conceive, and not the first chance the two of them have taken to bring life into this world. We cut back to the car crash. We see the other driver, a man in his 40s, also having the same reaction to Anna as his head is shot forward from the concussive power of the impact. We flash to a wedding ring on his finger. We cut to his house and see that he and his wife are in the midst of an argument. She is screaming wordlessly as the piano plays, tears glistening as she, in slow motion, pulls off a wedding ring of her own and throws it to the floor before storming away. We turn back to the man as we see behind him a baby monitor flashes as assumedly a baby cries in another room. Back to the wreck, we see the man's back seat as we close in on a baby hardly 4 months old is screaming as the front of the car is accordioning towards her. We see a flashback to happier days as the man is driving the SUV, holding his child with a half smile while the mother lays in bed. She is not smiling. The scene flashes to show us it's Anna again with her parents. Suddenly we flash to her walking down the street towards true fashion, brushing past a man in the suit. It is the other driver, the man in the accident. He looks at her, irritated but curious. He is confused what a hurry could be. We cut back to Anna in the crash. The steering wheel presses against her chest as she screams, shards of glass in her hair. In the SUV, the man reaches back for the child in the back seat before his arm is pinned against the front console and he can no longer move it. The scene fades. Anyway, so Anna wakes up in a hospital. Obviously none of that shit happened. The doctors tell Anna and her parents that Anna's going to be fine. They mention the man and the baby, however, are both dead. No one can reach the mother. Okay, I'm done. We never learn literally anything about the other fucking driver that Anna very easily could have killed. So, I was fucking around there. But, like, Anna, we see Anna hit this car, and, like, the effects of this movie are fine. There's nothing really they need to CGI. But there's, like, a kind of a shitty effect in the background of, like, her hitting the other car, and clearly one of their cars turns. Like, one of their vehicles flips.
Okay.
It was a bad accident. And we actually never see a single detail about the other driver that she probably murdered.
They just don't want to make her a villain because she has to be the hero of the story.
Yeah. No, yes, that's accurate. Yeah.
That's so cheap.
I have been in some near-miss car crashes before. Some very, very, very near-miss car crashes. And no experience for me has been worse so far in my life than almost watching somebody die because of my actions. So it irritates me a little bit that Anna nor anyone shows any concern for the other fucking drivers on the road that this maniac is continuously threatening. The focus is only, oh, you could have hurt yourself. How about everybody else? How about literally any other human being outside of your own fucking bubble? Christ's sake.
Why don't they just have her crash into a tree?
I would have had no consequences. I would have lost 2 minutes of content, but I would have had no problem with it. Like,
or better, crash into a hot dog stand, and then the vendor just like looks really sad and like pulls his empty pockets out.
Or just her hit like a hot dog vendor holding the tongs, and then he like turns back and the hot dog stand is gone because an influencer has destroyed it. But no, they had to have this faux drama so that there's a reason for the next couple events. But like, they don't even say the other person lived. Like, are you kidding me? That really bothers me. So anyway, Anna's looking for her phone because it's the only possession she cares about, but Dad says she can't have it anymore. Mom comes in with a lawyer who tells her that due to excessive cell phone use and negligence, she is now no longer allowed to use cell phones.
That's legally...
That is how wrestling matches work. I'm pretty sure there's been matches where wrestlers had to put their like right to be on certain TV shows on the line. I think Vince McMahon has gambled his company on wrestling matches before. That's the kind of shit that does not happen in real life. And here's the thing, though. So there was a very brief scene with Mom earlier at like her commercial directing job, and we saw that the guy who's playing this lawyer is an actor. So that means that like this whole thing was a setup by Mom and Dad. Which means that once again, no action has been taken for this girl's reckless endangerment of other people's lives. Awesome.
Oh.
Also,
that good old Brazilian government.
I really hate being tricked to learn a lesson, but we'll talk about that at the end of this. Like, that's a pet peeve of mine. So Anna is freaking out from...
Oh, you're not going to like the reason we're doing this show.
I just assume I'm in purgatory. Is that not the case? Are you not a demon assigned to torture me till the end of time?
No, you don't want to get tortured in Brazil.
So yeah, Anna is freaking out from not being allowed to have a cell phone because that is literally her entire life. The quote-unquote lawyer tells Anna that she will be on detention in a place where she can't hurt anybody, but Mom takes him outside to talk about it. Toyota Corolla comes into the hospital and is pissed that Anna hasn't posted in 12 hours. Fausto says she could have died, and Toyota said that's not too bad. We could have had a week of media coverage. Brutal. Jesus. Mom and Toyota fight because Mom blames her for being such a wretched scumbag and refuses to let Toyota into the room, and they almost fist fight as Mom attacks her when Toyota says Anna is like her own daughter. Meanwhile, Anna is angrily playing with her bed controls like her phone because it's the only technology she's allowed to use. She's a horrible bitch to her dad, and eventually Mom comes back in and tells her that her punishment is to go to her grandpa's house in the country, which has no cell coverage. Cough, cough, riptide, cough, cough. Anna bemoans that this will be the end of her career, as nobody will remember her in the social media drought of like a month. I think she's there a month. It's never explicitly said. I would estimate a month, maybe even 2 weeks. At true fashion, Toyota tells corporate boyfriend that his breakup with Anna is all part of a script that she has written and is going to proceed in a new direction now that Anna is essentially out of the picture. Corporate boyfriend says that Anna ruined everything and he doesn't want to lose his followers because these villains are ridiculously over campy about fucking whatever the hell Instagram uses for validation. So Toyota tells him that now corporate boyfriend is going to get stuck with a new girl. And of course, because he's grieving the relationship with Anna, it's going to be Anna's best friend. Remember that, Isaac, from the important gym scene that was super important and that was the only one they had together and they're literally never on screen together again?
The best friends, yeah.
Best friend. Isaac? They're not just friends. Mm-hmm. They're best friends.
Are they besties?
No. Great podcast, though. Out on the bus, I can't even speak. I'm like, can't read my own writing. I can't speak. Christ.
All right, finish chewing the turkey sandwich. There's still a lot of it.
I'm not going to lie. There was a part where I definitely did not chew it enough. My throat does feel a little tight from that. That's why I'm here at Gobbles. Big sandwich. There was a lot of turkey and a lot of Munster cheese in it. So, yeah, on the bus out to farm country, Anna is so phone deprived that she tries to steal the phone of the lady sleeping next to her, but can't unlock it, and doesn't get any of that sweet, sweet Instagram cum, or whatever it's called. At the bus station when the trip is over, Anna has like a bunch of gigantic luggage, cough, cough, riptide, cough, cough. Anna sees a young girl playing a phone game on a stoop and literally assaults her to get at her phone when the girl won't give it to her.
Jesus.
We see the little girl's older brother watching from a distance. I can't believe this is real. Anna keeps asking to borrow it and then fucking suddenly says, "What if I say I'm gonna take it?" And just starts wrenching it out of the hands of this 13-year-old girl. No part of that was a joke.
Damn.
The little girl's older brother comes over to break it up. Literally the first man Anna sees in her adventure, and hey, guess what, Isaac? He's the love interest. Cough, cough, riptide, cough.
Fucking hell. God damn it.
He's like a tall dude with scruffy hair and a scruffy beard. Instead of being horrified at this adult woman, allegedly, who just physically assaulted his little sister, the guy listens to Anna say, "Oh, I just needed to find an address from the phone." And he is like, "Oh, you must be Germano's granddaughter." Like, are you serious? If I saw somebody attacking my younger sister out of nowhere, like a psychopath, they'd be lucky to retain their ability to walk following my rebuttal, let's say. Now, I'm not saying that's the way somebody should be, but what the hell kind of reaction is, "Oh, hey, I know your grandpa. Please stop punching my sister." This psychopath just said, "What if I just take your phone, little girl?" and then did a devil sound, and then just started yanking at it, and it's all, "Oh, I know who you are." Stupid. Apparently everybody around here knows Grandpa. This is like a little town in bumfuck Brazil. Basically the Brazilian equivalent of where I live, more or less. Some other, hopefully less a racist area of Brazil than the shithole fucking county I'm stuck in. Some other girl driving Scruffy's truck pulls up, and apparently they already know about Anna arriving, but it's a secret, so they offer her a ride to Grandpa's house. I don't know what that sentence means. Fuck it, I don't care. I'm sure you have many questions, but I have few answers because I don't care. The Scruffy family unloads her at Grandpa's house, and Anna thanks them and exchanges an "I'm gonna fuck you" look with the soon-to-be Scruffy boyfriend, because...
Jeez, that was fast.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh, no, their relationship, Isaac. Dear God. She goes up to Grandpa's gate and just claps. Just claps a bunch. Like, expecting to be waited on hand and foot, I guess. I don't fucking care. I hate young people and entitlement. Eventually she goes in to see what is a gorgeous house. And my first thought was, if this bitch complains about this house, I'm turning the movie off. Because, while still clapping for somebody to wait on her. Eventually she wanders around to find Grandpa in the garage tinkering with his hot rod. Isaac, that's not what I mean.
Come on. You said hot rod earlier, and I tried to make a dick joke. But
yeah, and I shut your ass down. This is a PG movie. Grandpa's an old man who almost exclusively wears like a mechanic's jumpsuit, and he's totally bald on top with monk hair. That's all you need to know about him. Grandpa asked who she is, saying he expected a child, because only a child would crash a car because of a cell phone. He drew first blood. That's my best Sylvester Stallone impression. Grandpa and Anna immediately dislike one another. Anna is such an unlikable bitch and is absolutely infuriating. She just belittles everybody she meets, but is supposed to be like this influencer everybody loves. It drives me up a goddamn wall. It's the reason why I hate most celebrity. I don't understand the sense of entitlement people have. She has to use Grandpa's phone, but of course he doesn't have one. What does that sound like, Isaac? Riptide? Yeah, and also every other movie like this, because all movies are the same. And when you stop doing the show and start a cult. So
I'm on board.
He gives her a tour, including the room nobody ever touches or goes inside, about which he is mysterious and ambiguous. Cough, cough, riptide. Cough, cough.
God. What is he making in there?
Woman suit. Anna looks for toilet paper after she takes a nasty shit, but there isn't any, only a bidet. She can't have unfiltered toilet water splashed against the undercarriage, so she has to go to the store to get some toilet paper. On foot.
With shit in her ass?
Take a nasty shit. Isaac, I knew you would get hung up on the shit. I said that because I thought to myself, if I write nasty shit, that's the only thing Isaac is going to think about the rest of this time.
I didn't think it was a nasty shit.
Shit.
Well, okay, but I figured it was a dainty little shit, but even dainty little 18-year-olds got a wipe.
No, this is pre-shit. So she has to go to the store to get some toilet paper on foot because Grandpa is smart enough not to let her drive. By the time she gets to the store, it's closed. So, with a flashlight and everything, she just breaks in. Now, the door was unlocked, but she just go inside. She grabs some toilet paper, but realizes she doesn't have money, so she writes them a note on the counter that she will pay them tomorrow. Suddenly, however, she hears the siren call of a cell phone that's just randomly on the highest shelf in the store. I don't understand. And
that's right.
Falls over, knocking shit over in the store while trying to get to it. And of course, who should the store owner be but Scruffy and family? They all come down with shovels and rakes and implements of destruction to defend their meager store when Scruffy is really nice to her while the rest of the family is irritated she broke in like a goblin to steal their shit paper. I mean, like, this fucking woman who showed up literally today, she's been in this town for like 8 hours, is now breaking into your store. What do you think your reaction to that would be?
Depends. Is it during the first couple
weeks? Oh, no,
you
fall in love with her. That was the only answer.
Yeah, well, I love a woman who's passionate about the cleanliness.
There was a bidet in that house. They're supposed to be much better, I'm led to believe. Have you ever used a bidet?
No, but I kind of want to get one.
I want to test drive one before I get one.
All right, we'll go on vacation together with a turkey baster.
Please don't talk about turkey right now. I have the equivalent of an entire live turkey in my gut. So Scruffy gives her the paper as a gift, freeing her of the debt of having to pay for it. He says, if I'm going to get up in them guts, I want to make sure they're clean. Why did I write that?
Jesus.
You have rubbed off on me, and not in the way I'd like to be rubbed off on, which is on my shin.
Yeah. If you hit it from the back, you want to clean it.
Okay. Yes, that's great. That's great. Thank you for clarifying. Okay. All right. The sisters roll their eyes at him.
Unless you're into like a poop thing, and it's like
I knew you'd get hung up on the shit. I knew it.
Yeah, scatological. I know that word, so I feel smart.
That's how I feel with pederasty. I try to work that in wherever I can because it's like it's a great sounding word for the most horrible act on the planet besides murder.
Yeah, it sounds like it should be a dessert.
Yeah.
Oh, Margo, fetch me a pederasty.
Or like a drink. Scruffy gives her the paper as a gift. The two sisters roll their eyes at him. One mentions to the other that this is the fourth overprivileged city girl on a digital vacation their older brother has gently laid this year alone. Okay, though, but for real, this budding romance has zero legs to stand on. But from the look on Scruffy's mom's face, it actually is a budding romance. So Scruffy takes Anna home to Grandpa, and I don't know why it sounds dirty when I say that, but there's no way to not make it sound dirty. Next day, Anna has to get up at the crack of dawn. She's too dumb and young to figure out a traditional alarm clock, a device that has exactly 2 buttons. She tries to go back to bed since she says she's on vacation, but Grandpa says, I don't fucking think so, you little shit. He's going to make her help him in the shop. She says, well, what if I don't do that, huh? What if I hit you over the head with a tire iron and bury you in a shallow grave out back and make a cell phone out of your fucking spleen, you geezer? Now, he just tells her then she has to go deal with the quote-unquote courts. Anna is bitchy and says she gets why her dad stopped talking to Grandpa. Knife in the guts. Anna comes out dressed like a Lisa Frank binder cover from the 90s, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up and you'll understand immediately. Grandpa tells her she can't work in that getup, but she goes on about how important style is with her flowy mesh jacket. We get a montage here of Anna's new life in no man's land as Grandpa tries and fails to teach her about mechanics. By the way, I did keep an eye out for product placement in this movie. None. It's all the phones are like covered. They have covers and cases.
That's so interesting.
Well, I mean, yeah, this is Brazilian movie, so maybe there's less, inroads there.
I know product placement gets weird because I don't know if you heard the Olivia Rodrigo, I think her name is. It's the Rage new single, Good For You. Anyway, it's good, but it kind of sounds like the Paramore song. But the music video, there was this whole breakdown of product placement because she's like in a convenience store dancing and whatever. And literally every product is turned around so you can't see the label except Smart Food popcorn. And that's the only one you can see. And it's clear as day and like right in the shot.
So is she trying to send a message, or did Smart Food Popcorn just pay her $200,000 for that placement? Okay. I don't know. Maybe it was, I don't know this. I've never heard that name before. So maybe it was some kind of political statement of sorts.
No, she's like 19. It's like her breakout single and it's about getting dumped. So I don't think she's making political statements. That'll come later in her career. Poop. Turkey sandwiches?
I really do love you. I don't want to do this show with anybody else that I know.
I still don't know the answer.
Oh, smart food popcorn was the joke. I didn't have a better follow-up than poop, though, so you got me there.
I see.
So yeah, Grandpa tries and fails to teach Anna about mechanics. We're at an hour already? Are you fucking serious? We're at 57 minutes? Nothing's happened yet.
I was wondering about that.
Jesus Christ. I thought we were 30 minutes in. Fuck, I'm bad at this. I'm so bad at this. She ends up dropping a tire iron on her foot. I've done that. It actually really does hurt like a bitch. We get foot close-ups. I hate that. Hate feet. That night, Grandpa leaves her some sensible shop clothes and then gently covers her up in a blanket as she sleeps. Not sure what she's done to earn this sort of tenderness, but I guess that's familial love or whatever. I don't know.
I don't believe in that.
She certainly hasn't earned it, for sure. So time goes on. Anna's still bitching about having to do menial work as Grandpa tinkers with his hot rod. Again, Isaac, not what I'm talking about.
Larry.
He is too old to get a rusty screw off. Again, Larry. Isaac, not what I'm talking about. So eventually she gives it a shot and gets oil sprayed all over her face. Isaac, please stop.
I'm so hard right now.
My next line that I wrote, if this was your review, you can guess what Isaac would say what this looks like, but I'm a good boy, so I'm not going to mention how it looks like a greasy money shot.
Or diarrhea play.
It's all about shit. It's all about scatology.
You started it with whatever poop, the nasty poop.
I just said nasty shit, okay?
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't...
It's your fault.
I can't argue. But go fuck yourself.
Walking around with that short skirt, you are asking for it, Larry.
Okay, all right. So Grandpa and Anna go to the store, and by the way, I've been calling the boyfriend Scruffy because I gotta give these people some kind of name. Usually, his name it's spelled Joao, and that is how it's spelled. Like on the. Eventually, he has a shirt that has a tag on it that says that, and that's how it's spelled in the subtitles, which is pronounced Joao.
Ooh, Joao.
They say it as John. They only refer to him, so it'll be like, "Oh, hi, Joao" in the subtitles. Then it should be like, "Oh, hi, John."
How?
It's just the most. Stay classy, Netflix. Thank you for picking the most white bread American name. How hard is Joao? Yeah, I would not have been able to pronounce it without looking it up from that name because I'm not a linguist. But. Why didn't you just look it up? It was a YouTube video. I found it immediately. How do you say this name? And it said it. And there we go. You can just give that to the actors.
How do you sexy talk with Joao? Oh, Joao!
I think you're doing it, man.
It just sounds so silly.
Listen, my last name is Beard. My middle name is Dennis. I can't. Names are the worst and I hate them. My first name is Larry. It's not even Lawrence. It's just Larry. For Christ's sake.
Maybe you should go with Joao. I mean, I pretty much just say Joao anyway.
During sex?
Yeah.
I am going to text your wife and ask if that's true. I am going to... Now it sounds like walking.
Joao.
Oh, Joao. I didn't see you there.
Oh, Joao. Nothing's finer than this vagina.
Smile later. Just got up and walked away, and that was it. The episode ended. Yeah. So, yeah, Scruffy is sitting on his own hot rod or the family hot rod. I don't care. Not sure. Dreaming about Anna. That girl he met twice. Once when he assaulted his sister and once when she broke into his house. That Anna. His love interest.
Love at first sight. Love it first misdemeanor.
Scruffy banters with his sister about what she must be going through, and I don't care. Eventually, Anna shows up, the turkey. Oh, God. I don't know what I should have done before this, besides not eating the turkey, but... Jesus!
Holy water and Tums.
I have holy water. I could go drink that. That might help.
How much do you have?
Is holy water still potent if I'm the one who blessed it?
See, I don't
have Catholic holy water.
That's what you need for a Brazilian movie.
I'm gonna punch you in the face.
That's my goal.
Eventually, Anna shows up, and Scruffy goes straight over to her, and they start talking in the background. He does like a dance move with her and like weirdly pets her overall.
Really
you can't
thought
hear their conversation.
we're going to say ovary.
Yes, ovary. Pet ovary. That's... Christ. You must be an incredible lovemaker. We can't hear their conversation because it's in the background while we focus on the scruffy sisters watching the interaction. Like, what the fuck is this weird budding romance and why is it happening? They have no reason to be together other than the fact that they're both heterosexual and not related to each other. That's their only connection in this movie.
I was going to say genitals is enough of a reason.
How's your wife?
I already said it. Genitals is enough of a reason.
Full of regrets?
Yeah.
Can we just assume that's a baseline?
Regrets and actually a turkey sandwich.
I'm glad I have a soul sister in solidarity.
The leftover hoagie.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Shit. Turkey sandwich bros.
What was the genital line? Genitals are enough of a reason. That's a t-shirt.
I'm not commissioning the art for that one. I'll do the crab man one, but I'm not doing the genitals one. I know some weird artists who could draw some weird shit, and I don't want to go down that road. The sisters disapprove of Anna, as any reasonable human being should. Grandpa talks to Scruffy Mama. He says that Anna has talked a lot about Scruffy and his promising future. His promising future in fucking what, exactly? Hey, movie, you forget we don't know who the fuck this dude is? Apparently their family has no dad. He's either dead or left. Anna tries to convince the younger sister once again to give her the phone. She pulls out a little switchblade and cuts the sister's cheek, or something like that. I wasn't paying attention. Anyway, the older sister, who pretty much has the same personality type as me, lets it slip that they all know Anna is addicted to Instagram. The younger sister makes fun of Anna, so Anna calls her a stupid hick, upsetting the older sister. Then Anna turns on her and this dumb teenager fighting, and oh my god, I drank liquid glass before we started recording, and I was hoping it would work its way to my lungs by now, but apparently the turkey is just soaking it all up.
That's going to be a fun poop.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my poor ass. With the fumes. Anyway, you're the worst.
I gotta pull that. Hold on, what's this? 1 minute 4.
Anyway, 1 hour and 4 minutes. Jesus. Younger sister shows Anna corporate boyfriend's profile and shows off that he is now dating the best friend. Anna tries once again to take the phone from the younger sister by assaulting her when Scruffy and Grandpa show up again. So let's, for real, take stock of this. Scruffy has had 5 scenes with Anna now. The first where he assaulted her sister, then he dropped her off at Grandpa's and she gave him the fuck me eyes. Then when she broke into their house, then they were chatting in the background while he was petting her overall for like 10 seconds.
Ovary, but yes.
And now another assault. Like, for real, what is his attraction to this insane person? I don't understand.
It's a toxic relationship. A lot of those happen.
Yeah. Boy, that sounds familiar.
I almost had
Didn't we just have a toxic relationship in a movie? That's an Australian movie, like Tip Ride or something?
Tip Ride. Tip Ride. There we go.
Hey, Tip Ride. That's a new word for it.
I almost had a one-night stand with someone who burned down her ex-boyfriend's barn. Dodged that bullet. It was the only one-night stand. I, legitimately, if I had pulled the trigger, it would have been a one-night stand, and I didn't, and I'm so glad.
Did you know at the time that she had burned down her ex-boyfriend's barn?
I got a vibe. I got a barn burning down vibe, and then it was confirmed later.
That would have been much funnier if you found out later. And then there's some part of you for the rest of your life is looking over your shoulder.
Oh, God.
Because you're certainly going to give her the best dicking of your life, and then you're going to have to think about one day she's going to come back to burn down your barn. Where your children live. Yeah. In what I assume is cages, you monster.
No, it's straps. It's a series of straps along the back wall. It's close to the air conditioner.
It's not plugged in, but I mean, it's there. So Anna and Grandpa drive back to his place. Well, I don't know what this show is anymore. I don't know what the show is anymore.
Wow.
I'm going to do the rest of the episodes of walking. Anna and Grandpa drive back to his place. She's upset he told the entire town that she isn't allowed to touch cell phones or her cell phones. Nope, not a joke. She is mad he didn't trust her, and he says trust has to be earned. She says he never gave her a chance to earn that trust because she did such a great job when she got off the bus and immediately assaulted a preteen. That seems reasonable. They fight, and eventually he takes her out to admittedly what might be one of the most breathtaking vistas of mountains I have ever seen in my goddamn life. I need to travel more. I have always loved mountains. I've always pretty much lived near the Appalachians, and it's one of these things that you take for granted, because you probably experienced this too. is that most of my life growing up, I could look out a window and just see mountains. Now, the Appalachian Mountains are not like the rock; they're a pale imitation of real mountains, but still, it's mountains. And there's something about that that's like, I realize that like most people don't grow up with that, and it's like, oh right, that's like a thing that's not unique to me, but a smaller percentage of the population gets that. So
yeah, I having lived where you lived for a large portion of my life, and now I've been in South Jersey for 6 years, which is flatter than a preteen. Fuck, it like seriously hurts my soul to not see, like whenever I go back into Pennsylvania or I'm up in North Jersey or something, it's just, it's refreshing. It's
like one of those things that I took for granted. And I still live in the same area, so I still see mountains all the time, but like, It's weird how normalized it is for me, and then to think that like, right, this is not something people normally have.
It's pretty enjoy it. You pretty fucking clown.
Yeah. Well, oh, is that what that's like? Is that what enjoying something is like?
Well, I'm just jealous of you having mountains.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, listen, Isaac, the doors are always open for you to. Oh, I don't know anything I was going to say was going to be shit related.
Oh yeah, I'll bring my turkey baster and we can do the bidet thing.
Again, the turkey. The bidet trial. Are you going to be the... Nope. Anything I say is going to be terrible.
Yeah, no. We'll hose each other off.
Let me just stop you there.
We could do water guns.
No, let's not do this.
Or Nerf guns. It might take a lot of darts to clean the poop.
I have Nerf guns. Ooh. Oh, you mean to clean up poop?
Yeah.
How many Nerf guns have to shoot at your asshole to clean up? We're at an hour and 9 minutes. Fuck. So anyway, yeah. So Grandpa takes her to like one of the most gorgeous looking fucking vistas I've ever seen in my life. I really need to go see the world more. Grandpa apologizes for judging Anna without listening to her, which is one of her complaints in the car. She tells Grandpa that her life is insane and she has thousands of followers that watch her every move and none of them know the real her. Grandpa says the goal in life is about searching, not finding, according to his dead-ass wife. That's right, Grandma's fucking dead. Now what are you going to say to end the podcast, Isaac? Can't kill a dead grandma. Anna asks Grandpa to tell her about Grandma, so Grandpa lets her into the secret workshop room full of all Grandma's sewing implements and old sewing machine.
Oh, jeez, you gotta be
cough,
kidding.
Cough, riptide, cough, cough, riptide, cough, cough, riptide. And pretty sure all three of those things that happened were also in Riptide.
Yeah, because there's an old grandma sewing machine, there's the secret factory, and then there's her sewing, and that's her passion. Fucking Jesus.
Yes. 100% the same.
How many kangaroos are in your movie?
17.
See, that's more than mine.
Wait, no, 2 die. 15.
Okay.
Grandpa says he should have opened up the room to Anna the second she got here. Anna says, I wouldn't have appreciated it properly before. So she just goes full face turn for no reason immediately.
What has she learned? Why has she learned anything?
Nothing. She's learned absolutely nothing. She's committed 2 assaults and a half of a robbery.
There was a modicum of learning and growth in Riptide. I mean, it was bad, but it was there.
Anna eventually learns a lesson. But at this point, she has learned nothing. Like, all she's done is bitch about the like, I get what they're going for, and it's generic and stupid, but I mean, yeah, okay, fine. You want her to, she's gonna grow and become a better person. That's the whole point of this movie, and the whole reason her parents threw her down here. But she hasn't earned that yet. You're absolutely right. He just opens the workshop, and then she's like, now I appreciate everything. Like, fuck you, you fucking vapid piece of shit. So she learns her grandma used to make old-timey dresses and shit and is entranced by her grandma's passions. She like sort of half steals / half adopts her grandmother's designs to make her own dresses, working far into the night. The next morning, she gets up to go out for breakfast to find that Scruffy is also here. He's going to help Grandpa with the truck today and also brought Anna brownies from yesterday since she missed it by once again assaulting one of his family members. He asks what she thinks of the brownies, and she says, you're full of surprises. He says, I bet you're full of surprises too. Isaac, sex joke, go.
You pull a bouquet of flowers out of her vagina. Bing, bang, bomb, zip, zop.
You failed me yet again.
Oh.
I that's what I wrote, but you didn't fail me, so I guess it's unfair.
Oh, okay, good.
You ending it with the Bill Cosby breakdown really helps seals that, doesn't it? For this maybe 18, maybe 24-year-old, I don't know. Anna says that everybody knows she's stuck up and irresponsible, but Scruffy says...
Flowers are stuck up in their vagina.
All right, easy there, Dice Clay. But Scruffy says he doesn't think so. I don't think I trust Scruffy's judgment, because she sure is stuck up and irresponsible. Another montage of them being cutesy in the workshop while Grandpa looks on approvingly thinking about their weird, scruffy babies.
All right.
Anna is making dresses and generally becoming a more well-rounded person who people actually like, instead of they just tiptoe around her because she's the queen of the house for no reason that's ever truly been established. Eventually, Anna and Grandpa go over to Scruffy's house yet again because this movie is just the workshop at Scruffy's house. I'd fucking kill me. Deliver them all gifts that she's handmade, including a hideous pink bucket hat, shout out to H2O, and she makes amends with the sisters. She's also made Scruffy an apron with his name on it. She then bites her lower lip and says, next time I see you, wear only the apron, and smacks him on the ass.
Nice.
Next scene, the two of them are out on a romantic picnic lunch, complete with a little tray that has a flower and a vase on it, which I never understood, like breakfast in bed with flowers and stuff. Are you supposed to smell the flower, or is it just there for color?
I guess both. I could see that breakfast in bed, but why would you take a vase out on a picnic?
I don't know. Like, you have to put the fucking vase in the basket and have the flower with the water.
Right, and then you're bringing the water along, presumably in a water bottle. You got to fill up the vase and then empty it again. Like, if it's breakfast in bed, at least you just get it from your fucking kitchen.
It just gets in the way of the food. Or, I guess, the conversation. I don't, I'm a robot. I understand human emotions. So, while on their romantic date, Anna asks to use Scruffy's phone. So, is she just using him for his phone this whole time?
Yeah.
Has she been a secret heel the whole time?
And he's just using her for the genitals.
It doesn't matter because Scruffy doesn't have a phone. He says he's never had a phone. Because of course not. Because he's the perfect, most handsome man and the only man she's ever met. Besides, in the little dinky town. First man she sees, literally. Anna wants to borrow the younger sister's phone so she can look and see what's going on with her former corporate boyfriend and her former best friend. Scruffy has her lie back and close her eyes and blah, blah, blah. Then he holds her hand, and again, this romance feels dreadfully unearned, but I don't know why I care because this is so dumb. The little sister shows up and ruins it, as children want to do. Children ruin everything, don't have children. If you have children, put them in straps in the barn, and then have a crazy one-night stand, burn that barn down. I'm not going to advocate the murder of children. I don't know where I'm going with this. Someone should stop. Why haven't you stopped me talking yet?
You just release...
What do I pay you for?
Release the children as they get singed. I don't believe singeing a child is a crime.
I mean, yeah. All right. How pregnant is your wife right now?
Extremely. There's got to be at least 5 calves in there.
Yikes. At home, Anna and Grandpa bond, and he weirdly touches her face in memory. I don't know. It's harmless. It just looks... It's very strange. It's just like, imagine you're just talking to a family member, and they just, like, cup your face for like a second. I don't know. It was strange looking.
Larry, I have the most horrible thought. I'm so sorry to derail you again.
Oh, by all means, please stop me from talking.
No, this might be the worst thing I've ever thought of. But so, okay, if I took a bunch of bull cum and used a turkey baster and injected it into my dick hole, and then I fucked a cow, would it get pregnant?
Yes.
Sweet. I know what I'm doing this weekend. All right. I'm done. I'm sorry. That image just came into my head, and I had to let it out in the world.
That image just came into your head.
Yeah, it's not easy being me.
I talked about this man awkwardly cupping his daughter's face, and you're like... If I put bull cum in my own urethra, am I the calf baby daddy? Okay, wow.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, hi, my mom, too. I mean...
Your son sure knows how to pick him.
He's my husband. What can you say? Oh, Christ. Okay, so Grandpa tells Anna the story of how he and her dad had a falling out. Apparently, when Grandma got sick, she stayed with Grandpa and died there in the house instead of going to a hospital to be treated, and Dad never forgave Grandpa for it. Anna then gives Grandpa a fashion show of the dresses she's been working on based on her grandmother's old design junk. She tells some story about a woman who has been dead since the movie started, and I'm just zoning out, and then they talk about what clothes mean. I don't care about clothes. I just want clean clothes that fit. I tried to care about fashion briefly a couple years ago. It's an expensive habit that I ultimately can't stay interested in. I'd rather look good than bad, but I've given up on ever knowing what look I look good in because I'm just a fat, sloppy turd and I just deserve to be drowned in a small puddle.
No, I get a big puddle.
Thank you. I would need a big puddle for my fat, stupid landmine head. I don't know what that means. So her whole spiel about the history of these outfits means nothing to me. So more time passes, and Anna is working on the hot rod still. Scruffy shows up. You've ruined me. Scruffy shows up with a package, and she does. Okay, that's right. This is the worst part of the movie. So she shows up with a package, or Scruffy shows up with a package, and she is hunched over the car, and then she gets up and does the fakest goddamn brush of hair I've ever seen. I'm going to try and imitate it so you see what I'm talking about. It's that stupid. It's seriously that stupid. 57 minutes, 38 seconds. Look it up. You're going to see that I'm not crazy. Apparently, he's got Grandpa's car part. No word on what it is. The three of them continue knocking about the car, Isaac hold, and eventually get it fired up. Hooray, I guess. Scruffy makes the three of them a delicious meal. He asks her if she's going to the fair, some opening night of a festival. Grandpa says it's going to be full of old hot rods. Emphasis mine. And Scruffy says he'll be selling his cakes there. Thankfully, we don't waste any time and just cut right to the festival. Thank fucking Christ, we don't get any more montages.
There's also a festival in Riptide, goddammit.
Yeah, the same movie. Is there a drama at the festival, Isaac?
No, just the runway model swimsuit thing.
Oh, that's the end of this movie.
Not at the festival?
No, not at the festival. Two different festivals,
okay.
I guess. So technically. Anna and Scruffy talk about Scruffy's cooking career. I'm sorry. Wait, no, I messed up. So they're walking around holding hands at various festival attractions and being cloyingly cutesy. The Scruffy sisters come across an Anna fan who wants to meet her. Anna and Scruffy talk about Scruffy's cooking career. He says he got into a fancy cooking school but won't go because his family needs him. And Anna tries to convince him to follow his dreams, and that's been every story about every teenager in every movie ever written. Except for that.
Jeez. I see a turkey wing coming out of your mouth.
Fuck.
Why didn't you kill it before you ate it?
I'm actually having a heart attack.
Man, if you die on air, it's only good for publicity.
I swear, I hope I die recording this podcast. You have to release it.
Oh, I will.
Drive your ass up here, stop the recording, put my corpse in a funny position, and release it.
Oh, right, I'll have to do that. Just, can you die in a funny position so it's less work?
I'll try. You tend to get all rigor mortis-y pretty quick, though.
Face down, ass up.
That's the way I like to die. So, yeah, he's Scruffy get into a cooking school but won't go. They get cotton candy and kiss, and they're a couple now, and they talk about the taste of cotton candy kisses. I don't know. It's weird. I found that very strange.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
The fan and little Scruffy sister snap some photos of the two lovebirds kissing. The fan lets it slip that corporate boyfriend and ex-best friend are now dating and living together, which is something Anna definitely knew. I'm positive that we talked about that before. So I don't understand why Anna's suddenly freaking out about it. Because guess what? She once again freaks out and tries to grab phones from people like a fucking meth addict. Scruffy confronts her about having a boyfriend. Anna's freaking out that her former lovers betrayed her completely and blows off Scruffy to go cry while looking confused. She just straight up steals a phone from somebody. Just steals a phone out of a purse, and it's never any follow-up on that. Probably the person who survived the crash that she almost killed them in. She starts looking up details from her former life to be sad, even though I thought she knew it was all a corporate sham, but I guess she still wants to be more sad on purpose. I don't care. Anna calls Toyota and steals the Scruffy family car. Scruffy throws himself in the way of it, and she runs him down, driving off into the sunset as we pan down to his twitching, gurgling corpse while his sisters scream.
Sounds about right.
And then the credits roll. Just pretend. Just roll with it. Credits roll. That's it.
No.
They roll.
I need the rest.
They roll.
I need the real thing.
No, she stops herself from running him over and ugly cries. Back at Grandpa's, Scruffy and she talk about what happened. He swears she won't get arrested for having a phone and trying to steal a car. And they have more cutesy talk about her old life. We see downstairs that Grandpa is also in on the scam and is talking to Mom on the phone about how he wants to reveal the phone thing was a fucking lie. And Scruffy overhears, and he gets threatened by Grandpa to have his legs blown off by a shotgun. I don't care. I'm losing track of this joke. There's a long scene here. Anna starts poking around Grandma's shit and finds a letter to her dad that she sends along, which clears Grandpa up of any wrongdoing.
Is her shit nasty?
It's a nasty shit.
Okay, good.
Bidet. We're 1 hour and 22 minutes. Don't hold me up. Dad and Grandpa can be friends again. Hooray. We see a little Scruffy sister has posted the video of Anna and Scruffy kissing, and it's totally like blowing up all over the internet.
Interweb.
Fam.
Interweb.
Yeah, interweb. Toyota and Fausto are pissed off and try to track down Anna since she's stealing all their internet boob hats. That sounds right.
Boob hats?
That's what internet points are called. It's a Parks and Rec thing. I'll show you.
Okay.
In the night, Anna and Scruffy are laying in the back of Scruffy's pickup. And I do mean laying. That's right. They're going to bone. Probably, maybe, probably not really, maybe.
Pet those ovaries. Wow.
Boy, sex with you must be amazing.
Wow.
I've said that before, and I'll say it again because, God, I'd pay for a video of that. Don't send it.
There's some arsonist out there who's really missing out.
Did it, like, burn to the ground?
That's what I heard. It was through, like, church gossip.
The plot thickens. This is incredible. Yeah, she really did miss out on you, man. That could be your wife.
Yeah, I think I traded up.
I'd say so. Yeah, your wife only burned down a trailer, so not nearly as bad. Much smaller. She commits just light arson, dumpsters, trash cans, the occasional wild dog. I can't even. That's too awful. I'm so sorry.
She's setting a wild dog on
I don't
fire.
know. I can't. I'm so out of sorts. All my jokes are getting away from me. This episode, just quit listening to this episode. It's just pretend it ended well.
I blame the
to.
turkey.
It might be the turkey.
What was the concentration of turkey? What was it cut with? Was there fentanyl in it?
Oh man. Maple, it's maple, honey turkey? No, not maple honey. Maple something turkey. It was really good. I just had too much. It's on homemade bread too. Homemade jalapeno cheddar bread, turkey and Munster.
Oh, now I'm getting hungry. God damn it.
It's fucking good, man. But it was one sandwich, but it is sitting in me like a fucking cannonball. It's like I got shot in the stomach with a cannon. What was I talking about?
I don't know. Yeah. What do we do a podcast?
I don't even know anymore. Fucking, I don't care. Anna's a bitch. Riptide. That's my review. Next day, Mom and Dad drive in the automobile for the
automobile.
Automobile. I didn't put that together how it would sound when I said it out loud. So they drive in Anna's car for the big old hot rod, ye old jerk off hot rod race.
That's my favorite race. Thank God I only ever last 30 seconds. I usually win. Wow.
This is the worst episode I've ever made. Oh my God, this is such garbage. I've got nothing. Oh. Okay, everybody seems happy. Grandpa and Dad reconcile. Anna is once again allowed to drive and use her cell phone. And by rights, this should be the end of the movie. Please, God, let it end. I don't need the last 25 minutes of plot still left.
Jesus.
Turns out Grandpa and Dad are going to be in the race of the old cars. I'm sure that will be narratively satisfying. The Scruffy family shows up and everybody hugs, but suddenly here's Toyota and Fausto to drag another 20 minutes of content out of me. Mom wants to deal with it, but Anna says she'll talk to her. Toyota confronts Anna about being caught kissing a non-corporate boy wearing non-corporate clothes. Toyota be peepin' Anna's new clothing line. See what I did there? I'm using the kids' words.
Be peepin'. Yep.
That's how that works. Which
it's
is based on. Ooh, is that still in? Is it still in?
No, that was like 10 years ago, dude.
I don't think that's right, but I don't know enough to say that it's
I'm pretty sure.
So yeah, Anna shows her the whole new line that she's designed, and Toyota offers to take her back into the company. Anna refuses, saying she wants to stay and spend time with her family. The two of them argue with accompanying Fausto dialogue. Anna asks to be released from her contract when Toyota agrees, though when Anna is distracted, she snaps a bunch of pictures of Anna's new clothing ideas. Oh no, that means more movie.
His sadness is genuine.
So Anna and Scruffy are wandering around the festival, and she takes a selfie with them. However, Anna suddenly notices a cardboard cutout of a guy in the background. Turns out it's the lawyer who gave her the fakey fake court order in the first place. So the jig is up, and Anna knows her parents are fooling her all along. Anna realizes everybody knew and was lying to her this whole time.
So a murder-suicide?
That would be far more interesting. She is understandably crushed. She tries to commiserate with Scruffy, saying this whole time they were all lying to her and telling her... Her main thrust of complaint is that they tell her she wasn't original, that she was living a fake life, and wasn't real. No, it's not, you wacko. They're trying to save the lives of other motorists on the road. You fucking insane person. Head up your own ass. Anyway, Scruffy reveals he overheard Grandpa, so he also knows. So feeling that everybody betrayed her, she takes off in her car, mowing down whatever pedestrians are unfortunate enough to get in her way as she leaves everyone behind. So yeah, all this time of her tinkering on a car and seeing her dad and grandpa in fucking matching ye olde race man jumpsuits, and we don't get to see a car race. So what a waste of my time.
You really like car races.
I mean, it's better than this, man. It's better than this.
That is true.
I don't really like car races, but it's better than this. Unless you got, like, wacky races. I'm all about wacky races. We cut to an intermediate, indeterminate point in the near future. Anna threw her phone out the window of her car, so has no contact with her old life, as she now lives in an apartment in the city. Wait, that wasn't her phone. She stole that. No, she got her real phone back. Never mind. I had my own plot. I'm waving my hands around like a madman. She's apparently banned from working for another human fashion brand for 2 years because she broke her true fashion contract.
I guess that could be a thing.
Normally I would question this, but that is almost exactly how wrestlers' contracts work.
Yep.
And probably other real jobs that aren't dumb half sports I pretend to like. And by pretending to like, I mean actually like and pretend I don't like as much as I really do. Since she can't do human work, she instead realizes... I'm a relatively smart man, right?
I would say so, Larry. You've earned that title.
Why am I so stupid?
Because you had to watch Airplane Mode twice and describe it.
It was twice. I don't know why I do these things to myself.
I really hope, just before you die, your life flashes before your eyes, and you have to watch all of the movies again.
If there's a hell, I don't think that there's a portion of my hell that will be reserved for a meaningless bowels of Netflix. At least this has some meaning. When we do it while I'm alive, or in this purgatory that I think is life.
It's a simulation.
So since Anna can't do human work, she instead reveals that she is doing dog fashion work now, working for some dog brand. She gets a message from Scruffy and her parents, but continues to ghost them. Everyone is begging forgiveness, but we'll get to that at the end. Scruffy, who is now working as a caterer, happens to spy that True Fashion has stolen all of Anna's brand ideas. So in order to defeat her nemesis, the old gang all gets back together and plan to take down Toyota. Toyota, like a rock. Anna says she hasn't forgiven it. That might be the actual... No, what was that?
No, wasn't that Chevy?
It was Chevy. Isaac, I like Bob Seger. And I don't think any other thing that I like shames me more than my like of Bob Seger, who I think is genuinely terrible. But God damn it, if I don't like a handful of his songs, it really does get to me. Those car commercials are so old now.
Yeah, Jesus. You're dating yourself, Larry. And not in a good, autoerotic way with a belt around your neck hanging in a bathroom of a hotel.
Yeah, that would be the way to go, huh?
David Carradine all the way, baby.
Yeah. Anyway, so where was I? Okay, yeah, everybody's planning to take down Toyota Corolla, like Ford built Ford tough. I made that one. Lamborghini. Anna says she hasn't. This joke's going well. I better keep committing to it.
Tesla 69420. Dope. Dogecoin.
Dab. Do a dab flip. Anna says she hasn't forgiven everyone, but being a little twerp, she still accepts their help anyway. So the climax of the movie is the fashion show. Scruffy sneaks in as the caterer, stuffing the van full of Anna's family to get them in. Anyway, there's various little... Just stuffing the van full of Anna's family. Everything just sounds terrible.
It's like a clown car.
All I can think about is sex and turkey. God.
That's that song from the 90s. I smell sex in turkey.
I smell sex in turkey.
That's how you become a social media influencer. That's yours. Just do a cover of that song. Sex and turkey.
Just me eating a turkey sandwich with it like rolling down my gut.
Yep.
Leaving a trail of mustard. I smell sex and turkey in the throat. Folks, I want to apologize for what is probably the least funny episode of Pals on Netflix. Next week, Isaac's reviewing Resident Evil. Please stick around.
Forgot about that. Damn.
So, yeah, there's various little spy missions as the family all works to get Toyota into a trap. To make a long... I can't even say any sense anymore. This is the worst. We should have put this off for another week, because I don't know, man. I just can't do this today. I just can't do this today. To make a long story very, very short, Anna tries to re-steal the design pictures back, but gets caught by Toyota. I can't say Toyota without laughing anymore. What's wrong with me?
Oh.
And I can't, her real name is Corolla, which that's alright. She does the evil villain thing of revealing her entire plan, like James Bond style, while Mom films the reveal while Anna and Toyota yell at one another. Grandpa pretends to be an Italian fashion designer to distract Toyota for a reason. I don't know. Eventually, the runway show starts. We see all of Anna's designs on display, and corporate boyfriend and best friend come out wearing the pièce de résistance, or apparently, of whatever this fashion line is supposed to be. Anna emerges and begins a dramatic reveal, claiming that True Fashion stole not only her designs, but stole her history and memories, because her grandparents' spirits were in those clothes or some shit.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I'm just powering through. Blah, blah, blah. The video is played on the Titantron, and Toyota's revealed as the thief. Now she's been revealed. She gets arrested by what I'm hoping is the fashion police, while she swears revenge against Anna and the rest of the Scooby Gang. She does tell Anna very loudly that she's going to kill her, which seems a little intense for shirts and pants, but, you know, hey, whatever.
Did she really say that?
Yeah, no, she's like, as she's like storming out while the police are going after her, she's like, I'm gonna kill you! I'm gonna kill you!
Jesus.
Yeah.
Alright.
Scruffy tells Anna he loves her, which, yeah, alright, man, whatever. I'm guessing the dating pool in your dumpy little town is fairly small, so sure. The two of them are the next new hit of the fashion show. The family's all happy and reconciled. Corporate boyfriend and ex-best friend are now working for the dog brand. We get a little Where Are They Now montage, and the credits are roll, and that's it. Hallelujah. Why was that so rough?
Oh, looks like I didn't hit record. We're gonna have to do it over.
No. No. We'll release my half, and then they can extrapolate your humor. That'll be the least funny thing.
Oh, that would sound... Man, that would be crazy. Just rambling in silence with, like, long pauses and reacting to nothing.
God... That sounds awful, and I want to do it now.
That would be like, man, if you want to fuck with someone's head when they're dropping acid, just let us know. We'll get you an isolated half of one of our episodes.
Listen, I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of times when I'm awake at 2:30 in the morning and contemplating why I'm alive when so many good people are dead, where I've thought that I should get up and record something for the podcast, but then it's like, it'll just be what they play when I'm arrested. It'll be my manifesto they're going to play on the fucking Channel 5 news while I'm being led away for a crime I ultimately didn't commit. But I'm the crazy guy who was rambling on the internet at 3 a.m. about, you know, I don't know, biscuits or whatever. I hate
Why
biscuits.
are pizza boxes square when the pizzas are round?
Well, that's
it's a
easy.
scam.
So you can grab the pizza.
It's a scam.
Don't fuck with pizza. Pizza's
It's a scam.
fun.
It's a
Pizza's
scam,
one of the
Larry.
only good things in this world.
They give you less pizza than the box you're paying for.
You have a long career on OAN ahead of you. So this movie was just Riptide 2. Honestly, the plot points are so similar, it's disgusting. This review was all over the place, so I apologize for that, but you see this, you can see how they're the movie, same fucking thing.
Yeah, and this movie just isn't coherent at all. So, Larry, don't blame yourself for the tripe you had to sift through.
It is coherent, it's just, it's so uninteresting. There is just nothing to get out of this. It is vapid nothingness. It's like drinking a cup of air. there wasn't even anything for me to go off the deep end about. When I think back, what I think annoys me the most is the stupid ass fake hair flip that she does when Scruffy comes to visit. I guess the stuff with the car accident really made me upset too. And I want to talk about, I brought this up in the review. I know a lot of times I say we'll talk about that later, and I never do because I think a million miles a second and then don't always get it all out. But the whole conceit of this movie being about the parents tricking Anna into living a better life, I hate it. Now, did it work? Sure, definitely. She's a better person, whatever terms you want to apply, better meaning. She's a more down-to-earth human being by the end of the movie. But you know what? Fuck her parents right off for not only their weird manipulative plan, but then for not even committing to it when it fell apart. Because once she's like, did you guys telling me that this is all horseshit and there's no court order about cell phones? You fucking dumbass. And they're like, oh, we're so sorry. We didn't mean to trick you. Like, motherfucker. Okay, even if you all live in a town of fucking psychopaths who don't value the lives of others, she's basically almost killing herself literally every time she gets into a car. And it's like, we gotta tiptoe around and make sure Anna doesn't learn. We're trying to help her not die. Like, you can't even commit to that, where it's this whole thing. No, instead of confronting this one shitty person who is not only making your lives miserable, but is gonna kill yourself when you have to attend your own child's funeral, instead of that, you convince an entire town into a stupid idiot scam about she can't touch cell phones because you're too afraid to confront your own progeny, who lived under your own roof rent-free, mind you. So yeah, I'm really upset about that. I really, really don't like being manipulated. It's like, it's one of those like things that really gnaws at my soul. When I found out I've been, I don't like dancing to the strings of others. And even though their intentions were good, like, it's one of those things that sticks in my craw really well. Like, if you want to try to help your daughter become a better person, I'm all for that. But maybe grow a spine. And not use fucking Bugs Bunny trickery. All this lacked was Grandpa dressed like Carmen Miranda tricking Elmer Fudd. Like, that's really, it's so nonsensical.
Yeah, I see why that was frustrating. Yeah, I concur.
And I mean, it's such a small part of the movie because she's mad at her parents and Grandpa and Scruffy for like 3 minutes of screen time, maybe 4. And then when it's time to confront Corolla, they're all like, everybody's back together. She's like, I'm still mad at you, but I need help in defeating this villain. And then at the end, they're all like, hey, we're not mad at each other anymore. And she's, it was done. Like, that part upset me, but it wasn't like, that's not something that happened in the movie. It's not like a scene that was filmed. It's just, I mean, it was, but it's like just the conceit of that really sticks in my craw. So maybe that's a little more personal to me that, I don't know, I just go with fucking spine. This movie was a 2 out of 10 because giving it a 1 out of 10 would give it more credence that I hated it more than it was even worth. And it earned nothing beyond that.
Your logic's interesting, but okay.
Awful. I'm done. I'm fucking, screw this.
Glad you suffered.
This was a bad one.
Yeah, you were all tangled up. I think it was hilarious.
I don't know, man. It's just something about, like, every now and then, usually the recording is the easy part. Like, I got that pretty much down-ish. That was rough, man. I don't know why. I couldn't get any of the plot of that fucking movie out without I just couldn't give a fuck.
I think you're going to like it better when you listen back to it. I had an awful lot of fun.
All right. Well, because I am your Jesus Christ. My labors are never ended. And once again, it's in 2 weeks I have to hang on a different cross to save a different group of Jews.
Wow.
That's how religion works, right? Why does Netflix never work? Why am I yelling at you? Seamus,
why is my Netflix playing? I'm confused, old man. Okay.
I seriously can't get the search bar Netflix to work. And I dramatically threw my phone across the room earlier. I want to have to take the walk of shame. I'm not wearing pants.
Oh, am I going to see your wiener?
No, I'm wearing underwear. I'm just not wearing
we'll
pants,
take them off.
No.
Come on.
Let me try to make Netflix work. Oh my God,
wow.
why?
That's the oldest man sentence. Let me try to make Netflix work.
We're in our 30s. That's why is this so hard? I seriously, the search won't come up. Let me get my phone. Jesus Christ.
How? What? Larry. Oh, there's his wiener. You know what? He really needs a bidet. Ugh.
I think I put my headphones on backwards.
Can you hear my left testicle in your right ear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is it telling me to kill the president?
Hey, Larry, kill the president.
Is that what you think your testicles sound like? Ooh.
But are they a lot more rugged?
You need to have a conversation with your balls. All right, hit me.
Oh, the movie. Okay.
Yes, you fucking.
I thought we were gonna get sexual. All right.
Save it for the post show.
It's a long title, and it's gonna be a journey.
Oh, for God's sake.
A Babysitter's Guide
What?
to Monster Hunting.
Oh my fucking God. What fresh, unholy... What is this?
It's a Babysitter's
What
Guide
is
to Monster
this?
Hunting. This is my response to that stupid vampire movie you made me do.
Oh, Vampire's Assistant Circus.
Spoink Vampire's Assistant or whatever.
Boink!
That was his name, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is now. I'm only ever going to refer to it as Spoink Vampire's Assistant. Recruited... Oh my God. Just the first sentence. I'm already fucking furious. Recruited by a secret society of babysitters.
Damn straight.
A high schooler battles the boogeyman and his monsters while they nab the boy she's watching on Halloween.
That's gonna be a fun ride, Larry.
What fresh hell is this?
It's a Babysitter's Guide to Monster Hunting.
Oh my lord.
Just think after this, you're gonna be such a better babysitter.
Words cannot express how much I hate children. People at my job think I'm being funny, but it's not. I really genuinely hate children.
If you had a button on your desk and you could push it and somewhere a child would die, how
I don't
often
want them
would
to
that...
die, man. I'm not a monster.
Every time you press it, a child drops their ice cream cone.
That is the exact thing I was thinking of. I would never stop pressing it.
And their parents die in front of them.
Okay.
In fire.
Okay.
Screaming.
All right.
While
All
telling them that they're adopted.
All right. Once a minute.
All right. We are the Bowels at Netflix. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank
Thanks
you
for coming along on this journey.
this one was... Thanks for sticking around. God bless you.
I had fun. I hope you had fun.
God bless you.
I know Larry didn't have fun. Fuck you.
Fuck me.
We, Facebook, Twitter, email, bowelsatnetflix@gmail.com. Slap your grandmother around.
Grandmother. Oh, is that the babysitter Monster Hunter?
Yep, the grandmother.
That's the grandmother.
Do all this stuff. Like it, subscribe, all that fun, goody two-shoes. Be a good listener. You've been a bad listener. Listen better. Listen more. Listen harder. Turn the volume up.
Listen harder. If you don't pop a blood vessel listening, you're not listening hard enough.
Oh, God. Stay tuned. Next week, we're going to be back. I'm covering one of the fucking Resident Evil movies. Resident Evil 33, Electric Boogaloo.
It's like Aftershock or Afterlife.
There's
There's probably also a Resident Evil Aftershock.
It's the earthquake that makes zombies.
Isn't that Tremors? Isn't that just Tremors?
Is that really a thing?
I've never seen Tremors, but I know there's a lot of them and they're bad, and people like them because they're bad, and I hate those people.
Oh, man. All right. We'll see you next week. We love you.
Smell you later, you nasty shit.